What is up, guys? We are facing Morlock Siege on expert mode with Cable. So with the main scheme setup, it says to put the routed environment into play right here, and it also says to set aside the hide and Morlock allies. So we set this aside from play right here, and then it also tells us to shuffle up the villains right here to create the villain deck. So let's just mix them up a little bit, close our eyes, and shuffle 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we are going to be starting off with Grey Crow as our main villain. He'll come in with 12 hit points. And then, okay, so the top card of the villain deck is going to be the one that's currently in play. The main scheme here will start off with 1 threat. And then if we defeat 3 villains, then we win the game. Each time a villain is defeated, it goes underneath routed here. Let's shuffle up the encounter deck. Right, and then let's shuffle up the player deck over here. And then draw up to our hand size of 6. Alright, let's see what we got. So we got established perimeter. We got a mind skin here as well, which is going to be great. And I think we want to keep either Wasp or let's keep Wasp here, and then we'll mulligan discard these 3 cards, and then draw 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Whoops. All right. So with a Cable setup ability, we can search our deck and discard file for a player side scheme, and then put it into play. So let's look through our deck for we want build support here, so we can get our Gray Malkin into play. Okay. And this will come in here with 3 threat. All right. Okay, so let's see here. We have a mind scan, and we also have Wasp. But if we play Wasp, we need to give up the established perimeter, which I don't want to do right now, because we don't have enough energy resources. So I think Machine Man is going to be the better play right here. Let's go ahead and flip over to a hero form Cable, and then let's see. We can use. Let's use this as 2 resources. Actually, yeah, this would be 2 resources, so we can play a mind scan. It's a hero action. Thwart, remove 3 threat from scheme. Remove 1 additional threat from that scheme for each side scheme in a victory display. There are no side scheme in a victory display, but we can still thwart for 3. That'll clear off the build support here. When this card is defeated, it will go into the victory display, and we can search our deck and discard file for a support with a cost of 3 or less and put it into play. So let's find our Gray Malkin here. So come into play right here. We can shuffle back up. And this will go, this will resolve the mind scan. All right, let's see. Next, let's use Gray Malkin to generate a resource so it can play established perimeter. So come in with 2 threat. And then we will have Cable go ahead and thwart the established perimeter. That will defeat this player side scheme. When this card is defeated, give each identity a tough status card. And then this will go into the victory display as well. And then Cable has an effect. Once per phase, when he defeats the side scheme, we can ready him back up. And then Gray Malkin's effect is whenever a side scheme is defeated, we can ready it back up. And let's go ahead and use the Gray Malkin to generate a resource. Wasp will be a second resource, so we can play Machine Man here. And then we're going to have Cable swing for 2 at Grey Crow. That'll bring it from 12 down to 10. And let's have Machine Man swing for 1. That'll bring it from 10 down to 9. And Machine Man will take a consequential damage. That'll end our turn. Let's ready back up, and then draw back up to our hand size of 5. We got a lot of resources and a boot camp here. Okay, so it is Grey Crow's turn. He's going to add 1 threat to the main scheme. The main scheme's effect, force response after resolving step 1 in a villain phase, place 1 knock counter on here. So we just added the threat, and then we put a knock counter. When there's 3 or more, then we advance this to stage 2. Grey Crow is going to attack us. He has a force interrupt. Whenever he attacks you, Either choose to discard each card you control with the highest cost, or Grey Crow gets plus X attack for this attack, where X is the printed cost of the highest cost card you control. So the highest cost card we have is 2, so let's give him that +2 attack. So he's going to be hitting with the base of 4. Let's just take it to the face because we have a tough status card here. So 4 plus a boost card here of 2 for 6 damage. That will just knock off our tough and we won't take any damage. Then we get a face down encounter card, which is Seek the Weak. When viewed in hero form, the villain attacks you. If there's at least one villain underneath routed against overkill, there are no villains underneath routed, so no overkill. So Grey Crow is going to be hitting us with the base of 2. Let's choose to give him +2 attack against. So he's hitting with 4. Machine Man defends. This would be his boost card. 1 boost icon, so 5 total damage. That will defeat Machine Man. And he'll get discarded. Alright. See, is there any way for us to... we can play everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and use this as a double resource when paying for a red card, so we can play Hulk. Next, let's exhaust the Grey Malkin to generate a resource. This would be 2 more resources for a total of 3, so we can play a Boot Camp. Each ally we control gets +1 attack with Boot Camp's effect. And we also play this player's size can take out the guards. This will come with 4 threat. When it's defeated, we can discard 1 non-elite minion. Okay, let's go ahead and have Cable Thwart for 2 from Take Out the Guards. I'll bring this down 2 threat. And then let's go ahead and have Hulk swing at Grey Crow. So he's +1 attack with Boot Camp, so he's going to swing for 4. That'll bring him from 9 down to 5. Hulk has a force response. After he attacks, his card top card of your deck. And if it's a strength, we can do 2 damage to enemy. Let's hit Grey Crow for another 2 damage. That'll bring him from 5 down to 3. And then Hulk will take a consequential damage. That will end our turn. Let's ready back up. And then draw back up to our hand size here. A 5. Okay, no player's size schemes here, but we did get Telekinetic Blast and our Plasma Rifle. Okay, so it is Grey Crow's turn. He's going to add 1 threat to the main scheme. It's going to go up to 3. After step 1 in the villain phase, we place a knock counter on the main scheme. Next, he's going to attack us. Let's see. Let's give him the +X attack, where X is equal to the printed cost of the highest cost card we control, so 3 Boot Camp. So he's going to be hitting with a base of 5 here. Let's go ahead and have Hulk defend this attack. So base of 5. Actually, should we take this to the face? Let's check real quick. Yeah, we're okay having Hulk defending. So base of 5 plus a boost card here of 2 more damage. So it's going to be 7 damage. That will defeat Hulk. And then we get a face down encounter card, which is an assault. The villain attacks you. He's going to attack him twice every round. Okay, so we could discard the Boot Camp. I'm not sure if we want to do that though. Okay, let's just take this attack to the face. So he's going to be hitting with a base of 2. We give him +3 attack with Boot Camp, so base of 5 plus a boost card here of 0. So he's going to be doing just 5 damage to us, so that'll bring us from 12 down to 7. Luckily, it wasn't that much damage. Okay, so let's see, what is our play here? Do we want to flip him? Or not flip him, but defeat him rather. I think we actually want to flip over to Alter Ego here. Okay, let's use this as a double resource so we can play our Plasma Rifle. Let's set this up over here. We can exhaust this card and spend an energy resource to deal 1 damage to an enemy for each side skin individual display up to a max of 4. And then, let's see, should we go ahead and do that? I'm not sure these other cards will be as useful. We could play the Telekinetic Force Field. Okay, let's use our Grey Malkin to generate a resource. This would be a second resource, so we can play our Telekinetic Force Field. Hero form only. When a friendly character would take any amount of damage, we can discard this card and prevent all that damage. Next, we're going to have Cable swing for 2 at Grey Crow. That will bring him from 3 down to 1 hit point. And then we will flip over here to Alter Ego and keep the Telekinetic Blast in our hand. That'll end our turn. So let's ready back up and draw back up to our hand size of 6. We got a call for backup here. Okay, so we're set for a pretty big turn now. Grey Crow's turn is going to add 1 threat to the main scheme. Then we add a knock counter. When there are 3, it will advance the main scheme stage. So when this is reviewed, each player puts one set-aside Morlock ally into play under their control. And if it's in single player, we get 2 Morlock allies here. Then we also shuffle the High Treachery card into the encounter deck. If the previous stage was advanced by knock counters, it was known both our Morlock allies get a tough stats card here. Okay, and this will start with 0 threat. And then let's see, we can exhaust the Morlock ally to shuffle the Hide Treachery card from the encounter deck, discard pile into the encounter deck. And then if the stage is completed or there's no Morlock allies in play, the players lose the game. And then from now on, when the villain attacks, there's a force interrupt. When an enemy attacks you, attacks the Morlock ally you control instead. Okay, so we added that to the main scheme. Greycrow's going to scheme with a base of 2, plus a boost card here of 1. So he's scheming for 3. And then we get a face down encounter card, which is Hide. So Surge, when reviewed, give 1 Morlock ally a tough stats card. They already have tough, so nothing happens with that. And then it's going to Surge. And we got an advance, so he's scheming with a base of 2, plus a boost card here of 1. So he's going to scheme for 3 again, adding 3 more threats to the main scheme. So it's at 6 now. All right, and then it's back to our turn. Let's see. We need to get a mind scan out. I think, let's check our discard pile here. I think we still have 2 more mind scans in the deck. So if we can get Nick Fury, oh, and also the Morlock allies do not count towards our ally limit. Okay, we don't need to recover because we have the telekinetic force field. So let's go ahead and flip over here to a hero form Cable. And then we want to have a Morlock flip him here. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have a Morlock ally attack Greycrow. It's 1 attack. Greycrow has 1 hit point, so that'll bring him down 0 and defeat him. So whenever a enemy is defeated or a villain is defeated, it goes underneath routed here. So cards under here are not in play. The villain gains retaliate 1 for each card underneath here, so she's gonna have retaliate 1. I'm not sure if it activates now, but let's just play as if it does. So she's gonna retaliate and hit a Morlock to take off his stuff. He'll take a consequential damage. And a Chimera will come in with 14 hit points here. Okay, and then let's see, after villain's defeated, put underneath here. Discard each minion that shares a tile with the same villain, and the villain activates against each player in play order, so Chimera is going to attack us now. She's hitting with the base of 2. Whenever she attacks, we choose to either give her +2 for that attack or spend 2 mental resources. Let's go ahead and give her +2 for the attack. These attacks could be going towards Morlock with the force interrupt. When an enemy attacks, she attacks the Morlock ally you control instead. So she's hitting with a base of 4, plus a boost card here of 1 for 5 damage. That will remove the tough off this Morlock ally. Okay, and then let's see what we want to do here. Then we want to get in a Death Focus. So let's exhaust Grey Malkin to generate a resource so we can play Death Focus. Cable is going to thwart 2 from take out the cards. That'll clear off this side scheme here. When this is defeated, we can discard non-elite minion. There are none, but this will go into the victory display. Then we can ready up Cable once per phase after defeating a player's side scheme, and ready up Grey Malkin after a side scheme is defeated. Next, we want to use the Grey Malkin again to generate a resource so we can play Call for Backup. This will come with 3 threat. And then we will have this Morlock ally thwart for 1. That will bring this down to 2. He will take a consequential damage for thwarting. And then Cable is going to thwart for 2 from Call for Backup. That will clear off this side scheme here. When this is defeated, we can search our deck and discard pile for an ally and put it into play. So let's look through our deck here for Nick Fury. Let me put him into play. Let's shuffle up. So when Nick Fury enters play, we can choose one. Let's pick the one to draw 3 cards. So drawing 1, 2, 3. I was hoping for an ally like Wolverine here. Okay, if we use Blade, we don't have the physical resource to spend for him. Let's see. We could also take out Chimera right now and have Nick block for us, and we can use a telekinetic force field for the next enemy's attack. I think that's what we want to do here. Let's see. Mind Scan, Force Amnesia, Technovirus Purge. Oh, I forgot. After defeating a side scheme to cover backup, we can ready up the Grey Malkin indefinitely, but Cable cannot ready backup. So I think we want to use. Okay, let's use this as. Actually, we can use Death Focus. So exhaust this card to reduce the cost of the next superpower that we play by 1. So Telekinetic Blast is now a 2-cost card. So we can use this as 2 resources right here. So we can play a Telekinetic Blast. It says deal 6 damage to enemy. Do you want additional damage to that enemy for each side scheme in individual display? So we have 4 side schemes here. It's going to be doing 10 damage to Chimera. That will bring her from 14 down to 4. Okay. Next, we want to use our Plasma Rifle. So we can exhaust this card, spend an energy resource. We're going to use Grey Malkin to generate an energy resource. So we can do damage to an enemy equal to the amount of side scheme in individual display. So 4. That'll hit Chimera for 4 again and bring her down to 0. So when she's defeated, she's going to flip over and go into Routed here. And then Riptide's going to have Retaliate too. I'm not sure if it goes off, but our attack has range with the Plasma Rifle, so we wouldn't take Retaliate anyways. Riptide's going to come with 12 hit points, and if we can defeat him, then we can win the game. Okay, and then let's see his effect. So after the new villain comes into play, the current villain is going to activate against us. So Riptide's going to attack us. When he attacks, we either choose to place 3 threat on the main scheme and 1 threat on each side scheme, or give him +2 for the attack, and this attack will gain ranged and piercing. So let's go ahead and give him +2 for the attack with ranged and piercing. So he's hitting us with a base of 4. We're going to take to the face. This will be his boost card. 2, so he's going to be doing 6 damage to us. We will use our Telekinetic Force Field. When a friendly character would take any amount. Oh, I just realized it doesn't go towards us. It's going to be going towards a Morlock here. So 6 damage to a Morlock, but the same thing, we can still use this. So when a friendly character, such as our Morlock, would take any amount of damage, we can discard the Telekinetic Force Field and prevent all of that damage. So we can negate all the damage that's going to the Morlock, and then that'll resolve the Riptide's attack, and it's still our turn. Okay, so next we want to use this as 2 resources, so we can play a Mind Scan here. Hero action thwart, remove 3 threat from the scheme, remove 1 additional threat from that scheme for each side scheme in a visual display. We have 4 here, so it's going to be 7 threat off the main scheme. That will just completely clear this off. And resolve the Mind Scan. And then we can go ahead and play our Technovirus Purge. This will come with 5 threat. And then let's have Nick Fury swing for 2 + 1 for boot camp, so 3 damage. At Riptide, that'll bring from 12 down to 9. And then here's Retaliate 2, so he's going to hit Nick Fury for 2 damage. And then that will end our turn. Let's ready back up. And then draw back up to our hand size of 5. Okay, so it is Riptide's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main scheme. And then see nothing happens with that. And then he's going to attack us. We're going to give him +2 for attack, and it has ranged and piercing. So it's hitting with a base of 4 plus a boost card here. We're going to have, so the attack's going to go towards a Morlock ally. We're going to have Nick Fury defend. This would be his boost. 3 boost icons, so it's hitting for 7 damage with ranged and piercing. That will defeat Nick Fury, and there's no overkill. Then we get a face down encounter card, which is in advance. So Riptide is going to scheme with a base of 2 plus a boost card here of 1. So 3 threat added to the main scheme. Goes up to 4, and then it's back to our turn. And yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and just use this as 4 resources. So we can play Wolverine. Wolverine has +1 attack with boot camp, so he's going to go ahead and swing for 4. That will bring Riptide from 9 down to 5. And Wolverine will take 2 consequential damage. And then he'll also take Retaliate 2 because of the routed here. It gives the villain Retaliate 2, so Wolverine's actually defeated. And then we will use our Plasma Rifle, exhaust this card, spend an energy resource. We'll use Grey Malkin to generate an energy resource to deal damage to enemy equal to the amount of side scheme in the display. It's going to be 4 damage on Riptide. That'll bring him from 5 down to 1. And this attack has range, so he won't retaliate. And then Cable is going to swing for 2. And that will bring him down to 0. And then after defeating the 3rd villain, we have defeated Morlock Siege. And that is Morlock Siege on Expert Mode.